have some cards in the back if people want to see. I have on YouTube the entire committee meeting regarding Louisiana constitutional carry that went up, I think it was last year, the year before. And you can get a good sense of exactly what our legislators think about that, especially Barbara North, who's the bane of my existence, to be quite honest with you. You can exactly see how they pretty much try to tear it apart, just in general, the way they dismiss the fact that, in my personal opinion, they don't think we have the right to self-defense or open carry.
If you're interested in seeing that video, you go to lacarry.org.
Oh, yeah.
Go to our YouTube link. Go to our YouTube page and we have a full session. It's a very long session. Obviously, it's 8 hours.
But it's entertaining. To say the least. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that if you open carry, you cannot cross state lines, but if you have your concealed carry, you can cross state lines.
You can cross state lines if you open carry, but you have to make sure that the state you go to allows you to open carry. So, for example, Texas, you have to have a permit. It's called that gentleman right there. In Texas, you have to have a permit to open carry. So I can't go over to Texas and Louisiana to open carry. However, Mississippi don't have to have a permit to open carry, and you don't have to be a resident either. That's another little thing you have to keep track of, because in some states that allow open carry, only residents of that state can open carry. So it's a maze navigating the laws of the state.
It's your responsibility to check the laws of the state that you're going, but I would tell you this, there was some recent changes in open carry in Texas, so you need to contact the Department of Public Safety over there and check.
What about it being in your vehicle?
Okay. I as a concealed carry instructor am only allowed to expound on the laws of the state of Louisiana. However, I can tell you from experience, at least in Texas that I know of, and again, I'm telling you to verify this for yourself. You have to have a permit to have it in your vehicle in Texas.
That's still true.
A Texas permit?
No, Louisiana permit.
Any permit? Sorry.
You have a concealed carry permit for Louisiana.
You have to have a permit that has reciprocity with the state of Texas. We're gonna cover that here in just a second. I'll tell you what, so we can kind of move this along. If you wouldn't mind, if you hold your, the rest of your questions till we get finished with the presentations, then we'll let everybody ask any question that you want.
That's what my question was gonna be. I thought we were doing the questions after the presentation.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We kind of got off.
We'll get to that, we'll get to the.
All four of us are gonna stand up here at the same time. Any questions?
Okay. First of all, everybody should go up to the State Police website, download this book. This is everything you need to know about the use and carry of firearms in the state of Louisiana. This is what the state police go by. All of the local LEOs go by this. This is basically your firearm Bible. You can get it off the state police website, or you can go to the links page on our website, acadianatactical.com.
Is that what you read on the board up there?
Yes, sir. This is the state police website right here, lsp.org/. All right, we're gonna ask Mr. Ortego to come on up, and he's gonna talk with us about concealed carry etiquette, and then I'm gonna tell you about self-defense insurance a little bit.
All right, guys, basically, as far as I'm concerned, firearm etiquette is just, goes hand in hand with gun safety, okay? But a big part of that is, and I've seen a lot of it, is a lot of it actually goes towards dress as well, okay? Now, some of you may remember a couple, I think maybe a year or two ago, Mark, you may remember this. There's some guy walked into Walmart on a basket, sagging pants, t-shirt hanging out, he was open carrying, and he was just acting very suspicious. He was scaring a lot of people. He really was. Manager gets called over, he starts raising 3 kinds of help, and then the officer gets called over. Now, typically this wouldn't happen to you, but apparently the guy also has 3 stolen guns in his vehicle, so he got arrested. But, yeah, sure.
And I meant to get this in with Mr. Baker. One of the things about open carry that you have to understand, if you are gonna open carry, you have to accept the fact that you will have interaction with law enforcement at some point in time. It's going to happen. Now, I have open carry just like I am right now, hundreds if not thousands of places. I've gone everywhere that I'm allowed to go. But be honest, if you saw me crossing the street or saw me in Walmart, because of the way I'm dressed, you probably would think that I was some kind of law enforcement. Now, let me go and put a pair of jeans on, a black leather vest, and some motorcycle chaps. Same guy, same gun. Well, now I'm giving off a whole different vibe. And it makes people nervous. Guns make people nervous. And this is what he's getting into.
Yeah, and another part is just kind of what he said, you know, I've been mistaken for an officer several times. But usually in the mornings when I go and I'm getting ready to teach class, whatever, when I first started teaching, I would dress very much like this. I've actually relaxed my dress when I go teach classes now. But for the most part, I used to dress a lot like this, except I had another magazine holster on me or whatever. And I stopped off at a racetrack on the way to teach my class. And I've gotten free coffee. I have never once, ever, because it's illegal as hell, to state, yeah, I'm a police officer. I'm not responsible for what you think, to be quite honest with you. But I was, yeah. But I'm not gonna turn down free coffee. Anyway, I'm not an officer, thanks. But a lot of times, my section is gonna be geared more towards your questions and answers as far as etiquette goes. Now, a lot of things I cover that are usually pretty basic to begin with. Do you come into a gun shop? I'm also representing Acadiana Gun Works. Do you walk into a gun shop with a loaded weapon that you're coming in for service? Oh, you would think that would be common sense.
Common sense is not near as common as you think it is.
No, that's why we ended up having to put a sign on the door that says, don't come in with a loaded, you know, for something for service.
Y'all actually have a fine.
Yeah, we pretty much have an idiot tax, and it's you come in with a firearm that's loaded for us to work on. It's $65 right off the bat, and that's not just to kind of belittle somebody or anything like that. It's the sheer fact to go back. The original owner of Custom Gun Works, that's how he died. He had some guy bring in a 28 shotgun, and I'm not sure the exact standard, the exact circumstances of what happened, but long story short, the guy brought in a loaded shotgun, didn't check it or anything. I think the gun fell or something, and it went off into the hole. Not to mention the fact that pretty much, as far as etiquette goes as well, if I decide I'm gonna show Amy my pistol that I just bought, I'll clear it. All right, I might close it up, hand it back to him. He's gonna check again for two reasons. Number one, just to make sure in case I didn't miss something, and number two, I like to say it's just because it gives you a good reason to play with it. Am I wrong? But does anybody kind of have any questions about firearm etiquette and things like that?
First of all, never trust somebody else to check a gun that's going in your hand.
I just want to add to what Superintendent said, the game said, not only as an open carrier, you have encountered with law enforcement, you're going to have encountered with the public. People are very curious when they see you walking around with a gun and ask you, are you a police officer? And you say no, your mind starts racing. Why is he here? So usually, and so part of etiquette is if you're going to be an open carrier, be prepared to talk to folks. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, and especially if you start talking to them, don't just start doing this or this.
Please don't.
Okay? Please don't do it, because that's just immediately going to set somebody on edge. It really and truly will. And I've seen some, and I don't want to bring them up. I hate giving them a voice at all, but I mean, there was recently a lot of Mothers Demand Action people are getting to be almost to the point of militant. They had one woman that said, I'm gonna, if I see somebody open carrying, I'm gonna pepper spray them, then take your gun from them and hold them until the police come.
That's a fine way to get shot.
Yeah, that's a great way to check. I mean, there was that incident a couple months ago where a guy was open carry, no, he was concealed carry, but he had put his jacket on or whatever, and some guy walked into Walmart, saw him with it, and just tackled him. Yeah, just straight up tackled him, and starts holding him down, screaming, "He's got a gun! He's got a gun!" Guess what? A, that's a good way to get shot. B, you know, obviously the guy who tackled him is realizing, okay, well, this guy, he's insane, but he's trying to kind of be good. And then thirdly, the guy who thought he was doing good, who tackled him, he gets arrested for assault and battery and all kinds of other charges. And the part of love is that the guy thought he was being a hero or anti-gun or whatever the hell it was, and his son goes on Facebook and goes, "My dad's not a hero, he's an idiot."
Now, let me ask y'all a question. Why wouldn't the man who was being tackled think this person may be attacking him for whatever reason is trying to get his gun and just pop him? You don't? That's how people get killed. You have a half a second to see it. You have a half a second to decide what you're gonna do, and another half a second to actually do it. So, that quick.
Another part of etiquette that I tell people, and especially in my classes, is once you call the police, once you call the sheriff's department, once you call, sorry guys, we're gonna pick on you all day. But once you call them, and we're gonna talk about a very specific incident. We're gonna talk about George Zimmerman. Everybody loves when I talk about George Zimmerman. Once you call the police, you are declaring the situation to now be their problem. Okay? And what Zimmerman did, he's one of those people, I'm not a politically correct person, and I'm trying to be very polite.
I can vouch for it.
Yeah, he knows, because I personally believe political correctness will get you killed. In all honesty, it will get you, if not killed, hurt. But once he called the police, they said, "Stay where you are." He didn't listen. Okay? Once you call the police to declare, especially if it's, "Hey, I think this guy might have a gun," you don't want to be there because you don't want to be the guy with the gun. Right? Because you're almost to the point of calling the police on
Could you
yourself.
speak a little louder, please?
Okay, I'll